So I'm Ryan, T11 paraplegic. I was injured less than 3 years ago. As far as hobbies go, I'm a mega nerd. Play D&D, Magic the Gathering. Outside of that, I do some competitive shooting with pistols, as well as I've just started doing Paralympic air rifle with DASA. So that's been a lot of fun. I work for Brownability United Access. I'm their field marketing manager. Married, have a wife, 3 fur babies. I was injured on a pretty typical, I guess not atypical, motorcycle wreck. Flipped end over end about 8 times according to the surveillance video. Just from the waist down, obviously T11, and then breaking my pelvis, both legs, tearing all the tendons and ligaments out of my right knee. This leg's made of metal. A lot of wound vacs, a lot of time recovering. Learning that you have to shove a thing somewhere where you don't want to think about it's a big mental hurdle, right, for most people, I would imagine. It was for me, especially because now you can't feel it. You also can't tell if you have to go, so you just, you don't understand how much liquid you're holding because you just can't feel it. Going home's always a scary thing at that point. You've just learned how to use your body in a different way now that, some of it's not working the way it used to. And now, that rehab hospital is all you know. You know how to navigate your 400-pound wheelchair through the halls of the hospital, but now you got to think about going home. How do you get in your house? How do you, is the bathroom big enough? Can I do the things that I need to do? My experience was at the end when they start getting you set up with catheters to go home. Obviously, they send you home with, enough catheters until your shipment comes in. But, it was really just the rep came in, we, decided what we were going to use. I personally, just because I didn't like some of the other options and I was just, comfortable with the full system that I'd been using since, that's just what I knew. So I just went with that, but, it was with the company that we got set up with at first, like you said, you really only have the one option. Saw the rep that one time, and then maybe a phone call after, and then that was pretty much it. You become ready to try other things, right? It's a bag about this big, and it's, to carry 3 of those with you to go out in the world for the day, you're carrying you're carrying a decent enough bag that's, it's just a lot, and then you've got a lot of waste. Once I got to that point, I was like, there's got to be something else out there. And that's kind of where I found in New Mobility magazine, tried the samples, really liked the compactness of it, but, they're also not really a perfect system, right? Now it's wet when it comes out of the bag. So if you're the kid who didn't like finger painting as a kid like me, now you're like, what am I doing? You need gloves. It's just a little awkward. So now the space I was saving by switching to those, now I've got a little tactical bag of latex gloves. I came here, you guys had some new product at the support group, tried it, was like, this thing's kind of, it's checking all the boxes, even though at that point, we were at almost like a good, better, best system. At this point, the SpeediCath Flex Set is, that's the best thing I've used so far. Let me show you some of the reasons that makes the SpeediCath Flex Set so great. First, you can pop this open, take this guy out. It's compact, but one of the cooler features that I didn't know, that I didn't realize until I watched the video, was you got this sweet sticker, and if you're ever cathed in a public bathroom, there's not a lot of flat spaces to use to put things down other than your lap, and you're also trying to use things that are in your lap, so it's not going to work out. So it's nice to be able to just stick that out of the way. You unfold it, And then you got this tip. It's actually really amazing because it doesn't leak or anything. But what you got here, you gotta pop that down, and that lets all the liquid out of the straw and into the bag. Then you pop that guy. I usually shove that like right here so that I can grab it later. Especially if you're in a situation where maybe you're in your van and the public restroom's gross and you have to use that. So it's nice to be able to seal it back up and not have to worry about a bag breaking. You got your omnidirectional flexible tip here that actually, like, if you understand how this works, it makes sense, because there's a few catheters on the market that you feel like you're just shoving this tip through a brick wall. And it seems like this tip's more designed to like sneak it in there and be less intrusive as it makes its way through the muscle. And then when you're done, you fill the bag. You put this on there if you're storing it for later. I usually just do it for just good measure. That way I don't drop it later. But then you just pop that, but you just pour it out. And it's easy. It's got little handles, and you can not have to worry about it. The big thing on the independent side of a product like this is that you don't have to worry about, with some catheters, you're trapped with this bag that you don't want to hold on to in a place, and sometimes you need to hold on to it, right, and get rid of it later, which is not something a lot of people talk about. But if you're in all the spinal cord groups, you see people talking about dumping bags everywhere. But especially in a situation like I said, like if you go to Target, they've got an accessible bathroom, but there's 900 people in there. You gotta wait. It's probably gross, and I'd rather just go in my van. You go in my van, it's a clean system, I'm not leaking. You put the cap on and you're good until you either get home or you find another place to dump it. Before you get discharged from rehab, they set you up with a rep, and we walked through some options, made my order. They called to confirm. I think they did their one customer service call just to check the box that they did their customer survey. And then I never heard from him again. The split orders happened after I had tried the free product and decided that that's the direction I wanted to go. I called them up. I said, hey, these are the ones I wanted to use. I'm sold on them. They said we can get them. Then as you're processing the order, they tell you that, your insurance will only pay for half of that order. So we can send you half of this and half of what you've been getting. And, not knowing any better, I'm just like, oh, okay. I mean, it is what it is. Why would they tell me any different if they couldn't get me what I wanted? I'm pretty fortunate that I have some pretty good corporate insurance. So fortunately I get whatever I want, as long as it's, within, I don't get multiple wheelchairs a year or anything cool like that. But, if I want to get the catheter that I should be getting, or that I want to get, I can, should be able to get that. And, switching over with them now, I got a full order of them sitting at home, 3 months worth. So access to your preferred product, I mean, it's huge. I mean, if you prefer something that makes your life easier and you're not going to be able to get a hold of it, I mean, obviously I would imagine with a program like Coloplast Care, if you call the phone number or email your rep, they're going to help you figure out how to get the product you need. I mean, it's not, that's the putting the care in the Coloplast Care side of things, right?